Like I said, we'll start right here. Exhale nice and strong through the mouth. That's something we might not be able to be doing a lot of when we come back into this, right? Exhale nice and strong through your mouth. One more time, inhale up. Exhale. Good, let's add a nice inhale. Exhale to your right, left arm overhead. Inhale. Exhale to your left, right arm overhead. Inhale. Exhale forward over your legs. Inhale. On the exhale, place the hands behind the head and just let your chest open, elbows back a little bit, and then release. Now, you could have the hands crossed over your chest if it's uncomfortable to have the elbows up above your shoulders. Inhale from here. We're going to just twist to the right. Exhale, inhale back to center. Just twist to the left. Exhale, inhale back to center. Again, nice, easy twist. Don't force anything. Don't push yourself at this point. We're just trying to introduce the range of motion. Let's add some flexion to that. So you're going to twist to the right. Exhale toward that right hip. Inhale, stack up. Exhale, untwist. Exhale to the right and over to that left and left hip. Come back up. Untwist. Come down toward the hip. Nice stretch in the back. Bring it back up. Make sure you're not pushing on your neck or your shoulders. One more time. Good. Bring it back up. Come back into center and just release those arms out and relax them down. Give those shoulders a nice little roll forward and back. Forward and back. Good. Shrug the shoulders way up to the ears and then press them down into the floor. Draw them way up to your ears and press them down into the floor. Good. You can keep the hands resting either on your legs or on your sides. It doesn't matter. Let's take that rib cage and just stretch it toward your toes and then drop back. Stretch it toward the toes. Try to stay up straight and tall on your pelvis for now. Just kind of moving through the rib cage. And then let's stretch it side to side. Press that. It's more through the rib cage than the shoulders. Just kind of letting the rib cage move over. And move over, and then let's bring it into the pelvis. So let's reach the pelvis away and then scoop in and back. Let's reach the pelvis, lengthening, sort of anterior tilting deeper, and then posterior tilt. Reach it and posterior tilt. Good. One more time. Reach and posterior tilt. Good. Let's come into a little bit more movement here. So let's come on to hands and knees. Hands right under the shoulders, knees right under the hips. And we're going to start with that same movement in the pelvis and releasing in the pelvis and releasing. Then let's let that travel up the spine from the pelvis through the middle of the spine to the head. Shoulders are back. Then release it. Tailbone, lengthen through and out. Exhale, tuck the pelvis, round it. Inhale, open it out. Good. And while you're here in your neutral, let's move that shoulder girdle the same way. You're going to kind of draw the shoulders toward the spine and then press away. Draw them toward the spine and press away. So protracting and then retracting. Actually, it's the reverse of that. This is retracting and protracting. And then releasing to your center. Take a nice inhale from here. Let's come into a nice little hip release. So you're just going to let your hip rotate a little bit toward the camera and then go back a little toward that back. You can kind of look over that shoulder and feel that spine flex a little bit to that side. Now let's see if you can go the other way with that foot. Let the knee stay on the floor. You're just going to bring that foot across the other leg behind you. So it's internally rotating and then externally rotating. Moving through that hip. And one more, just getting some freedom. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Move through that hip, rotate, and sort of look toward the hip. Starting with just the internal rotation, and then we'll deepen that and add the external rotation. It crosses back over that bottom leg as well. Adding the nice spine flexion with that so that your spine's moving in both directions. Good. And then let's sneak those legs back. Let the feet relax onto the floor. You can bring the knees a little closer toward each other now. You're just going to press the hips forward, articulate that spine into a little extension. Sorry, shake out those shoulders just a little bit. Kind of pressing the shoulders away from the ears while you're here. And then you're going to scoop the pelvis and round back, releasing the shoulders flexing the spine into a nice shell stretch. Good. So articulate, come up onto those knees and press the hips toward your hands. Open out. You don't want to let your low back collapse here. You want to feel like you're staying engaged in the glutes, pressing the chest forward by pressing into the arms, shoulders down. Then head can drop, round your spine, pull your belly button in, scoop it in and back onto the floor. And so we're going to kind of dive through, press the hips forward, articulate the spine up, opening out, so like a nice little down stretch. And then exhale, round your spine. And it's almost an up stretch. So if we were on the reformer, we would have our feet against the shoulder rests here. Possibly be keeping the legs straight, but right now we're just warming up. So we're going to keep the knees down, articulate the spine from the tailbone, coming into a light extension here, just opening the chest. Then exhale, head comes down, round the spine, scoop the pelvis and bring it in. Good. We're going to come all the way down here. Good. So from here, let's lower your chest. You can slide the hands forward if you need to. Lower that chest down to the floor. So your chest is going to come onto the floor here. I'm going to have you release the arms. Let them release, relax. Relax the head down. If you want to put your head all the way down on the floor and turn your head to the side, that's fine to do. Or if you want to take your hands and place them under your head, that's also fine. We're going to let the feet come just a little bit apart here. You're going to lift from the pelvic floor. The core is very engaged. Your glutes are very engaged. You're going to lift one leg straight up off the floor just to hover and then lower it down. Lift the other leg just to hover and lower it down. So as you're doing this, you're doing a nice exhale as the leg lifts. You don't want to feel like your pelvis is shifting side to side. So if you wanted to, you could even place your fingertips underneath the ASIS bones in the front here and make sure that they're not shifting side to side. That way you know your low back isn't changing here. There shouldn't be pain or pressure. It shouldn't feel like you're pinching back here. It should feel like you're engaging here. If you're finding pain or pressure, this just isn't right for your body. Keep that in mind and don't go through the range of motion. Engage more and do an isometric connection or contraction with the whole back of that leg and then release it without necessarily lifting up. Good, one more. So we're working the leg into extension without allowing the back to go into extension, okay? Does that make sense? It should be. We're going to start with that first leg. So I'm going with the one closest to you guys. I'm going to lift it. Now I'm going to take the arm that's furthest away from you guys and I'm going to reach it out ahead of me. And I'm going to give a little lift here with that upper thoracic spine only, lower it back down, lower the leg. Then I'm going to do the same thing on the other leg. Lift the leg, hold it to the hover. Take the opposite arm out. I'm going to lift it just up off the floor slightly and lower back down. So it's not twisting. We're going to lift the opposite arm, opposite leg, exhale, and inhale back down. Exhale. I'm not compressing the low back. This extension is coming through just the thoracic spine to come up. Opposite arm and opposite leg. So it's like a swimming prep, right? Just a little more intense with the longer lever. So again, the hand could stay at the shoulder if you don't want to reach the arm up overhead. You could still add that lift of the opposite side coming up and down. Opposite side coming up and down without adding the extension of that arm, okay? Last one here, reach it. And then you should finish with the leg further away, arm closest, and release it, relax it down. I want you to bend your knees here. Let them come just a little bit apart. Keep them at about a 45-degree angle. I want you to do that same thing that we did in the warm-up, right? You're going to drop the feet toward me. Now, both feet are dropping toward the camera, and then you're going to pick them up. Let your head relax in your hands here. Let both feet drop out the other way. Now, again, this shouldn't be painful. You want to keep those legs at about a 90-degree angle. You're just letting one leg internally rotate, one leg externally rotate. Feeling that release in your back. It should feel good. Exhale. Good little hip release, good little psoas release here. Letting it go. Exhale to drop. And pick up and drop the other way. Again, not forcing your body in either case. Just making maybe a little mental note. One side works better than the other. One foot gets to hit the other leg maybe on one side but doesn't on the other. Last one here, dropping the legs away. Release it, relax it back. Okay, we're going to shift right back up into a nice little shell stretch here. Exhale. Just reversing that curve in case there was anything that caused any kind of issues. From here, I'd like you to take one foot forward. I'm going to go with the foot that's furthest away from you guys. I'm going to bring it up and come up onto the knee. So if you want to grab a pillow for underneath this back knee here, you can. We're just going to add a little stretch. I'm actually going to use my block because on the floor, it's a lot on the wood floor. So feel free to grab a pillow. You've got time. So I'm going to have you start at 90 degrees. So this is just like we are when we're on the reformer, right? Your knee right in front of or right under that hip. Then you're going to lean forward into that front leg. Still keeping this line here. I'm not overarching the back or anything. I'm just keeping the line pressing forward and coming back up onto it. Pressing forward, deepening that little stretch, and coming back into it. This foot is staying flat. I'm not allowing the heel to lift. If the heel is lifting, slide the foot further forward so you're not getting that. Good. Now, I want you to think of posterior tilting. So think of an imprinted pelvis. Press the hip forward. Feel how that deepens that stretch. And then back off it. So little tuck of the pelvis. Squeeze this booty right here and press into it. Now we're going to add the same arm. So this arm is going to come up. I'm just going to turn slightly toward you guys now so you can see. This arm comes up. You're going to squeeze the booty, press forward. Now we're going to flex towards the bent leg. Bring it back up to straight. Scoop the pelvis, press over, flex toward the bent knee. Bring it back up to straight. One more time. Press forward, over toward the bent knee, up to straight. Now you're going to go the other way. So you're going to press forward. We're going to add on toward the bent knee, switch toward the knee that's behind you, come back up and release. Tuck the pelvis, press toward that front foot, come over toward the hip, bring it up over toward the other leg, bring it up and shift back. One more time, press forward, tucking that pelvis, flex the upper body toward that front leg, flex the upper body, bring it back up, and we're going to switch the leg. So you're going to put this knee down, bring the other foot forward. Maybe you can do it without your arms. It's okay if you can't. Starting by keeping the core engaged, just pressing forward into the front leg and back. So it starts gently, and then we move into the deeper stretch. Gently forward and deepening the stretch. Now, scoop the pelvis, tuck it, press forward, feeling that deepen the stretch in the hip flexor on that back leg. Release it back. Tuck that pelvis, press it forward, and release it back. One more time. Nice squeeze of the glute. Press the leg forward. Adding on the upper body flexion. Squeeze the glute. Press the hip forward. Take that same arm and flex the upper body toward that front bent knee. And come back up. Scoop the pelvis. Squeeze the glute. Press forward. Flex. Whew. Bring it back up. One more time. Scoop the pelvis. Press forward. Over. And up. Now adding on the other side. So you're going to come press forward, go towards the front leg, come back up, switch your arms and flex toward the other side. Come back up and bring it in. Press forward, squeezing that glute, pressing the hip. Nice upper body flex. Bring it up, flex the other way. Bring it up and switch. Last one. Press forward. Bring that arm up, exhale. Switch, exhale. Bring it up and bring it down. We're going to put this knee down here. I'm just going to turn sideways. Placing the feet on the floor. So you've got your feet about hip distance apart here. Your abs nice and tight and strong. Stay connected to that core. We're going to keep the core nice and strong. Press the fingertips down. Now, I want you to imagine your hundreds. So we're going to give the pelvis just a squeeze here. Abs nice and tight. We're staying connected through the front of the body and the back of the body. Take the arms. You're going to press them back, trying to hold the core super tight and strong. Squeeze the triceps. Inhale through your nose, 5 counts. Exhale through your mouth, 3, 4, 5. Try not to let your body bounce as you pulse, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 30. Keep your glutes squeezing. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 40. Imagine you have a ball between your legs. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 50. Keep the back of the neck long. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 60. Inhale. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 70. Connect and compress. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 80. Inhale. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 90. Inhale. And exhale, 2, 3. There's your 100. Inhale. And exhale. Now, you're going to keep this nice neutral spine. You're going to hinge from your hip, pushing the hips behind you. Reach the hands forward and exhale, squeeze up. Inhale, press the glutes toward your hips. Shoulders stay over your knees. Exhale, squeeze up for 2. Inhale forward. Exhale up for 3. Inhale, hips go back. Exhale up for 4. Inhale, hips go back. Exhale up for 5. Inhale, the glutes are squeezing the whole time. Exhale for 6. Your core is engaged. Inhale. Exhale for 7. You're allowing the shoulders to stay over your hips, your neutral spine. 8. Hold back here. Hips go back toward the heels. Shoulders are right over. Your glutes are squeezing like crazy and your core is very engaged. So now you are going to imagine yourself up on that reformer, right? Abs are tight and connected. We might do triceps here if we were going to be on the reformer, right? Abs nice and tight. I want you to reach one arm forward, one arm back, and switch, and switch, and switch. Keep the glutes engaged. Keep your thighs engaged. If it's too much, come up a little higher and adjust. Switch and switch. Try not to let your body swing as you switch and switch and switch and switch. Shoulders stay away from the ears the whole time. Neck is long. Abs are tight. Don't shift and switch and switch and switch and switch. Here's 5. Here's 4. Here's 3. Here's 2. Here's 1. Good. Release and stack it up. We are staying on the knees, so if you need to grab yourself a pillow here, feel free. I'll give you a second. We're going to be coming into a more neutral spine. Now, again, I want your feet to stay neutral spine now and straight back. I want you to keep those feet behind you on the floor if you can, with the heels lifted up, and see how my toes are nice and flexed. You're going to engage your core, engage your glutes. Start with a nice little lean back of the body, and then bring it back up. So you're stretching the thighs and coming back up. You're not arching the back, so you know my back is staying the same. So remember those exercises we did last week with the dowel behind your back here? You want to keep those 3 spaces, keep those 3 connections with that little space in the low back right here. There's no movement of the spine. It's staying the same. Now, we're going to add on. You're going to reach. Good. You're going to rotate the body toward me, back to center, and come back up. Lean back. Rotate the body the other way, back to center, and come up. And as you rotate, those hips aren't opening. Reach, rotate, back to center and up. Reach, rotate, center and up. Reach, rotate, center and up. Lean, rotate around the spine, center and up. Make sure you're not leaning back further as you rotate. You want to feel like your spine is staying nice and strong. You're engaging all those spine extensors. Center and up. 2 more. Twist around that spine, back to center and up. 1 more. Nice twist, center, come up. Good. Little release right here. I'm going to add on a little extension into that thoracic spine. But keep in mind that it should be through your thoracic spine, which is like from just below your bra strap about. So think rib cage. Your low back is not compressing here, so you don't want to feel like that's happening. So you're going to start with that same lean back. Now, hands are going to come behind you and they're reaching toward your heels. You're going to lengthen that spine, trying to touch your heels. Come back up straight, lean back up. So if this does not feel right for you, especially Stephanie, I know your back could have an issue here. Don't do it. Just go with the same lean back we're doing. Give it a nice hold instead of the extension, and then come back up straight, okay? So hands stay behind you. You're going to inhale. Exhale, hinge it back. Inhale, think of opening from the rib cage, lengthening, reaching toward those heels. Stack back up and lift it all the way back up. When you open, make sure you don't pinch the back of the neck. Keep the chin just lengthening, okay? So lean back. Inhale, think of opening. Come back up straight and lean it all the way up. Lean back. Press back toward the heels, opening, back up straight, and back up. 2 more. Lean it back. Abs are tight. Open from the rib cage. Keep the pelvis in place. Bring it back up straight and tall, and then come all the way up. Woo! 1 more. Inhale. Exhale, lean back. Hold there. Open that rib cage. Bring it back up straight and lift it back up. Shift back, give yourself a nice shell stretch. Get off the knees if you need to here as well. We're actually going to come down onto your side at this point, so you can feel free to make that adjustment. All right, all the way down onto your side, face me. We're going to take that bottom knee and bend it. So it's going to be slightly in front of you. We're going to take the top leg straight out to start. So right away, I want you in one line from that top foot through your hip, through your rib cage, through your shoulder. Make sure you're not sinking into your rib cage here. If you were using a pillow under your knees, you could take that and place it under your head here. Let your head relax down. Keep the rib cage lifted up so that the spine is nice and parallel to the floor. Abs staying nice and tight and strong. We're going to pick up that top leg just as high as your ASIS bone. You're going to start by bringing the leg forward and then exhale, pressing it back without allowing yourself to swing in the body. Inhale, reach the heel forward. Exhale, press it back. Your top hand can rest right here. Inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale forward, keep your torso nice and still, exhale back. Inhale forward, exhale back. Good, now holding that leg right there, we're just gonna add a nice lift and lower down, holding it nice and strong, lift and lower down, and you can point the foot up and flex back down. Point up, inhale, and flex back down. Point up, inhale, and flex back down. Don't go any higher than where this hip stays right in place. You don't want your pelvis to be moving here. It's staying really still because you're holding with all these muscles, weaving them in and together. Inhale up and exhale down. One more. Good. Now, we're going to take this leg. We're going to reach it forward. We're going to lift it slightly, come through that midpoint, slightly back. Reach it forward. Keep the pelvis in place. Lift it slightly. Reach it. Keep it lifted and slightly down to the back. Reach it forward. Keeping parallel to the floor. Come up through that midline. Keep the pelvis in place and reach it forward. Come up through that midline. Come back and reach it forward. Starting from the front, we're going to go backwards. Keep the foot the same height through the back. Come up and come forward. Parallel to the floor all the way back. Come up and forward. Parallel to the floor to the back. Up through that midline and come forward. One more. Come up and come back. And just when you think you're going to be done, keep that leg parallel. It's right here. We're going to bend the knee comes forward, so it's right over that bottom knee, and then you're going to press it straight back out for one. Bend the knee and press straight out for two. Bend the knee and press straight out for three. Keeping the core engaged. Straight out for four. Bend the knee. Straight out for five. Bend the knee. Straight out for six. Bend the knee. Straight out for seven. Bend the knee. Keep the pelvis in place for eight and release the leg down. Just let that leg relax for a second there. All right, we're going to flip and go to the other side. All right, so again, that pillow can come under your head on the other side. Starting with the bottom knee bent, it can relax for a moment. Engage your core, engage the spine, abs nice and tight and strong. You're going to take that top leg up, one long line. Inhale, you're going to flex that foot to come forward. Exhale, you're going to press it back, keeping it parallel to the floor the whole time. Inhale forward, your ribs are weaving up and away from the floor, press it back. Inhale forward, press it back. Don't let that foot dip to the floor or up to the ceiling when you go back. Stays perfectly parallel to the floor the whole time, engaging the outer thigh and the inner thigh. Forward inhale, exhale, weave these muscles in. Two more. Weave in. One more. Weave it, and we're going to bring that leg parallel now, so it's straight to the ankle. Inhale, we go up, keep the pelvis in place, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale, think of that height, because that's the line you're going to go through when you do those circles coming up. Inhale up, exhale down. Don't let the pelvis move for the last two, or any of them for that matter, right? Coming into those circles, so we're going to take that leg forward. Oh wait, I'm sorry, we went back first. Lift up, come forward. Down parallel to the floor, go back. Up through that line, forward and down parallel, back. Up through that line, keeping the pelvis nice and still. Bring that leg forward. We go back now, up and back. And then stay parallel to the floor. Up through that line, back. Stay parallel, 2 more, up. Parallel, come back. Last one, up. All the way through. Good. Keep that leg parallel. Now you're going to bend the knee. The waist is still lifted. You press it out. Inhale, bend. Exhale it out for 2. Inhale, bend. Exhale it out for 3. Inhale, bend. Exhale it out for 4. Abs are tight. Keep the pelvis in place. Out for 5. Inhale. Out for 6. Inhale. Out for 7. Inhale. Out for 8. And we're going to release it. Can come forward and just relax for a second there. Just 1 second. All right. We're going to go back to the first side. You're going to pick up one of your light weights on the way by. And this is kind of transitioning into some bar work here. Okay, so here we go. We're nice and warmed up. Your core is very engaged. Your abs are nice and tight. You have options here if you wanted to. You can come up onto this elbow. The waist is going to stay lifted. Keep in mind that is going to create a little less space in this hip. So if you tend to have less space or if you have shoulder issues, you want to stay down on the mat the way that we just did this, okay? We're going to keep the bottom knee bent. Top hand has the weight. You're going to extend this arm, this leg. That's your leg and the arm out, actually. So both are going to go out. You're staying right in the hip. The waist is lifted if you're up on the elbow. You're going to bring that heel forward just like before. Keep the leg parallel to the floor and press back for 1. Keep the bottom leg still. Inhale forward, press back for 2. Inhale, so the arm is just going to mirror what the leg is doing for 3. Keep the pelvis nice and tight and strong for 4. Keep in mind you can stay all the way down on the side for 5 if you want to. Keep your core engaged. 1 more. Good, bring that leg to parallel. We're going to inhale, lift the leg, the palm faces me, arm can go all the way overhead. You're going to exhale down. Inhale, don't move the pelvis or the back. Up and down for 3. Up and down for 4. Up and down for 5. Up and down for 6. Up and down for 7. Up and down for 8. You're ready for the circle? Palm turns down to the floor. You come in and up and you circle back. Forward and up and circle back. Forward and up and circle 3. Keep that core very engaged and circle 4, reverse. We go back and circle 1, shoulder away from the ear, back and circle 2, back and circle 3, 1 more, back and circle 4. Hold it right here, legs straight out, arms straight over. Arm can come down just a little bit here so it's slightly back. Bend the knee and the elbow, squeeze for triceps. Inhale, bend. This time the heel is going to go slightly back. Keep your abs very engaged for 3. Inhale, knee forward, back for 4. Inhale, back for 5. Inhale, squeeze that glute, back for 6. Inhale, abs tight, back for 7. Inhale, you're going to hold it back there, and you're going to do a little release and pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and release it. Relax it, shake out that arm, and we're going to the other side. Aren't you so excited for that? Woo! There we go. So, on your elbow if you want to be. Bottom knee bent, up on the side. Again, you do not have to be up on the elbow here. You can be all the way down on the side the same way we did it the first time. We're changing the angle a little bit here. The top leg is straight. Make sure you're straight up on the pelvis. Your waist is lifted, your shoulder away from your ear. This arm's going to reach straight out, palm facing down, leg comes forward. Inhale, arm forward. Exhale, back for 1. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back for 2. Jedi, it's okay. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back for 3. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back for 4. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back for 5. Inhale, abs connect. Back for 6. Inhale, forward. Back for 7. Shoulder away from the ear on that bottom shoulder. Go back for 8. We're going to hold it there. We're going to take it back straight diagonal. palm faces the front. You inhale, go up overhead with that arm if you can. Exhale down. Now that arm does not have to go overhead. Keep the torso nice and long. Keep the pelvis in place. 3, and bring it down. 4, and bring it down. Good. 5, and bring it down. They both lift at the same time and lower. Woo, I was sinking into that bottom arm. 1 more. And down. Now hold it there, and we're going to keep that circle in mind, right? It goes as high all the way up. Around for 1, parallel to the floor, forward. Up for 2, parallel. Up for 3, parallel. Up. We reverse, go the other way, back. And up for 1, back. Woo, and up for 2, back. And I'm sinking 3, last one. Oh my gosh, 4. Now keep that leg right there. Arm comes down. You're gonna bend and press it slightly back for 8. Bend slightly back for 7. Woo! 6. This side's getting tough. 5. 4. Glute engages. 3. Inhale, exhale, 2. And check in with that core. 1, hold it. Little release, and 8 pulses. 7, 6, 5, 4. You can do it. 3. Talking to myself. 2, and 1, and release it. Oh my goodness. There's those glutes. They're awake now. Sit, face me. Give yourself a nice little figure 4 stretch. Seated, just let yourself rock side to side. Work that side that you just did, or the other one. Is up to you. Breathe. And then we'll switch. Go to the other side, same thing. Oh boy. Ready for some stretches for those legs and those arms. And by stretches, I mean dynamic movement, AKA bar work. I'm going to grab my chair. You're right, it doesn't matter. I'm going to switch so that we know where we are. Okay, so you're going to start with this outside leg, little, so it's going to press into the ball of the foot and press down. You're lifting the heel to press the ball of the foot and press it down. And then we'll go a little faster. We'll lift, press down. Lift, your pelvis is staying right in place. You're up nice and tall. Good, 4 more like that. 4, 3, 2. Don't lean heavily into the chair as we lift this leg. So you're gonna lift to what we call a coupe. You're gonna pull it up to passe, and you're gonna press it back down to the floor. So you're gonna pop that heel, coupe, passe, articulate it back down to first. Off the heel, coupe, passe, press it all the way back down. We'll take it a little faster. 5, 6, here we go. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Heel pop, coupe, passe, down. Try to hold your balance as you come through that. Heel pop, coupe, woo, passe, down. Heel pop, coupe, passe, down. Heel, tap, knee, down. Heel, tap, knee, 1 more. Heel, tap, knee, and hold right here. You're in lateral, bring it into parallel. Lateral, parallel. Keeping the pelvis right in place, just turning out, turning back to parallel. Out, that leg is pretty much as high as you can get it. Out, see if you can hold your balance with that outside arm. See if you can hold the balance with the inside arm. Hold the balance, hold it, shoulder down, press the foot to the floor, release, and just take it out for a second. Flip the chair if you want to. Same thing on that other foot now. Press it down. So you're just gonna arch of the foot, press it down. Just the ball and press. Lift the heel. Lift it. Toes are spread out. Core is engaged. Pelvis in place. Let's add that coupe passe. So heel, coupe, passe, press down. Heel lift, tap, knee, press. Heel lift, point to your tap, point to your knee, come down. Heel lift, point to the foot, point to the knee, down. Heel, ankle, knee, down. But your pelvis stays in place. Think of your core staying slightly over the toes of that front foot. heel, coupe, passe, last one, heel, coupe, passe, hold that passe. We come to parallel, and then back out. I know it's hard to see with the black. Parallel, back out. Knee to knee goes out. Your pelvis is staying. Knee in, knee out. 4 more. Arches the foot lifted in that standing leg. Leg is nice and tall. 3, open. 2, in, open. 1 more, in, open, and hold it. Bring that outside arm up. Find the balance. Inside arm if you can. Woo! And lean it out. Take out those legs just a little bit. I'm going to take you back to the front. Actually, take the chair slightly in front of you or on a diagonal so that you can put both hands on it for a little bit of balance. Starting going back to that first leg, we're in a more of a parallel position here. I want you to come in with the knee, out with the knee, and down. In, out, and down. In, out, and down. Knee comes up, turns out, comes down. But your pelvis stays facing the chair and down. In, out, and down. Just the fingers resting on that chair if you can. In, out, 1 more. And down. We'll go to the other side. It comes up, out, and down. Up, out, down. Up, out, and down. Think parallel, lateral, down. Parallel, lateral, down. Parallel, lateral, down. Parallel, lateral. Okay, now back to the first leg. This time, in, out, tap. In, out, tap. And we're allowing the pelvis a little more freedom. In, out, tap. Knee in, knee out, tap. Knee in, knee out, tap. In, out, tap. In, out, knee foot tapping out to second position. 2 and 1. Switch legs. In, out, tap. 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 In, out, hold it there, release it. Take out those legs just a little bit. Take out those hips just a little bit. All right, step this back away from the chair. And actually going to turn so you can see it maybe a little bit better. Trying to see where you can see my legs. So, we're going to keep the knees and toes straight ahead. Parallel first position. We're going to start with a little bit of a hinge at the hip. So all you're going to do is you're going to keep your hips in place and just give yourself a little bit of a pop forward, right? Core nice and strong, just so that you can extend one leg behind you, bring it back in. And as you extend that leg, the arms come up, back in. So I'm not leaning way over here to the side. I'm trying to keep the body straight. Straight back and in. Straight back and in. Straight back and in. 4 more. Here's 4. Here's 3. Here's 2. Hold on 1. Well, arms stay there. Toes touching the floor in the back. Now we're just going to lift the leg and lower. Nothing changes in the body. I'm not leaning forward. I'm holding tall. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Now lift and hold it there. Take that same leg, bend it in and tap it. Bend it and tap it. Bend it and tap it. Bend it and tap it. Tap it. Tight. Bend the knee. Tap. Bend the knee. Tap. Shift back in. You can grab your weight to the other side. You do not have to. It's just going to add some upper body tension. So if you have a shoulder issue, adding the weights is not a great idea for you. It's fine not to. If you want to, feel free. All right. Knees and toes back to the parallel. We're going, keeping that leg that isn't just moving is going to stay in place now. The other leg is going out. You start with that little pop, leg out to point, back to the side. Point back, back in. Back, back in. Point back, back in. Keep the standing leg strong. Point, come in. Point, come in. Use that exhale. 5, 6, 7 on 8. We're going to stay. Hold it. Toe lift. Lift and lower. 7 and lower. Nothing else changes. 5, 4, hold it up for 1. We're going to bend and tap, 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 bend and tap. Let's do 8 more. Bend and tap. Shoulders away from the ears. 6, 5, and 1. Release it. Shake it out. Grab a quick sip of water if you want one. I'm just going to slide my chair out of the way because we don't need it. Keep your weights if you got them. Everybody still with me? All right. Moving on. Let's keep your weights. Add some upper body with the lower body. Coming into a little bit more upper body, and then we'll kind of go into a little bit more of a flow. All right, start with your heels in, your toes out. You're in second position here. We'll start with a nice, easy demi-plie and press. So palms are kind of in, elbows are kind of out. They're in this nice, and they're just in front of my head. Lower and lift. Good. Now we're going to add some arms with these plie. You're going to lower, come up, stay up, come in. Lower, come out, stay up, come in. Lower, go out, lower, come in. Lower, go out, lower, come in. Arms out, elbows are soft, hands slightly lower than the shoulders. Down, in, down, out, down, in. Stay here. Arms feeling. Heels are down. We're going to add bicep and open, bicep and open. So palms up, palms in. Palms up, palms to me. Palms up. You're sitting in the glutes. Bicep curl, elbows slightly lower than the shoulders. Let's come up, up. Palms in, thumbs in. Palms in, thumbs in. Palms in, thumbs in. Remember, you can put the weights down if it's too much. This shouldn't be in the shoulders right now, though. This is more about your biceps. Shoulders are wide. Last one, hold right here. Palms face me. Elbows into your sides. Arms coming up like a big wide V. So you're going to be up like an X, like a W. Up like an X, in like a W. Little faster. We'll go up and down. Up and down. Up and down. We're going to add 3 pulses to the bottom. Up and down, down, down. Up to the toes. Heels, heels, heels. Up to the toes. Heels, heels, heels. Up to the toes, heels, heels, heels. Up to the toes, heels, heels, heels. Up to the toes, heels, heels. 2 more. Up, in, in. Last one. Up, in. Release it. Shake out the arms. Walk your heels into first. Elbows bent at 90. Abs nice and tight and strong. Weights to the left are resting in the palms of your hands. Elbows in. We're going to rotate the palms out. Rotate them in. Rotate out and in. A little faster. We'll go out. Out. There should be no pain in the shoulder here. If it's painful, put the weight down. Go for range of motion. Palms are staying parallel to the ceiling now, right? As long as your ceiling is flat. I guess the ceiling, that might be different. Open. 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 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the palms up. Bring the elbows up. So now, I'm just going to turn sideways so you can see. You're bent at 90 degrees with those arms. Hands are right over the elbows. Elbows are right in front of your shoulder. You're going to plie in your first diamond shape. Heels down, toes out, come out. into the inner thigh. So the plie goes out with the arms and up, out and up, out and up, out. And arms are not going wider than your shoulders. You're just going to shoulders, out and in. Out, they can touch if you want. Just make sure you're not collapsing your chest. Out, out. Push the knees back. Arches are lifted. Heels stay down and together. Out. 3, 2, stay down in your plie. 1, arms come in. We're going to rotate so the palms are touching each other now. You could even weave the fingers together if you want, or hold the 2 weights in one hand, in both hands. Lower the elbows and press. Lower and press. You're sitting in your plie. Your glutes are squeezing. Your core is very engaged here. Don't let your booty pop behind you. Keep it right over those heels. Weights just pressing down and up. Down and up. Try to keep the elbows and hands together. Shoulders back. 2. Ready for your little pulses? Here we go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. 8 more pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release it. Shake it out. We're just going to put those weights aside for now. Grab a quick sip of water. All right. Shake out those arms. Step out to a nice plie second position. Well, we'll start in second. We're going to go second to first, second to first. So you'll step 1 foot in, other foot in, 1 foot in, other foot in. I'd like you to also make sides. It's okay if you don't. So starting with that, we'll go from second to first, second to first, and we'll add on. Second, hang on. Coming into it. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. Second, first, 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 second, first. All right, now it can stay here or second, first, second, first. Second, first, second, first, second, first, second, first, second, first, second. 8 more. Here's 8, 7. Plie it down. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold 1. Release it. Up on those toes. Take out right arm around, up to center, left arm around, up to center. Set the heels, rotate the toes, knees flat back forward. Inhale, exhale, round it. Inhale, bring it up. Okay, little slower. Your second plie, you're gonna rotate to that right side, little lunge. Plie second, lift up on the toes. Plie second, rotate to the right. That's to the left leg, right? To the left. Plie second, up on the toes. Woo, find that balance. So you can't have your feet too far apart. You'll never get up into that releve in second, right? But you can't have them too close together because when you lunge, you won't be able to go anywhere, right? So nice second, maybe not as wide as you normally come. Start nice and slow. Plie, round over, plie, up tall toes. Plie, go to your right, round up your left and so hard. Plie, come up a little faster. Plie, turn it, plie, up. Plie, turn the other side. Plie, up. Plie, turn, plie, up. Plie, lunge, plie, up, plie, lunge, plie, releve, plie, lunge, plie. All right, adding on. Up, plie, plie, up, plie, plie, up, plie, turn, plie, up, plie, plie, up, plie. This is it. Hold right here. Turn, center, turn. So now we're staying down. Turn, turn, come to me. Turn, plie. Turn, second. Lunge, second. Lunge, open. You sit in those glutes. Open. 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 Sweep across. Open. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. One more to your right or left. Down. Up. Turn the heels. Hinge it forward. Flat back. Round it over. Keep bent. Shift over to your right foot. Bending the right knee. Good. Bring it back up. Center. Bend the left knee. Okay. Come up. Bend both knees. Round your back. Roll it all the way up. How's everybody feeling? Woo! Take it out. Quick sip of water here if you want one. All right. Come on down onto your mat when you come back. Actually, let's do a little hip. Let's go. Hands and knees. Hips. You haven't done enough of those today, right? All right. I'm going to start with the leg closest to you. You can start with whichever one you want. All these first ones are going to be all on the same side. You're on hands and knees. I don't want to see any backs all over the place. They stay engaged. You're going to lift the leg straight to your side. Lift and lower. 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 2, 1. Now go straight up with that leg. The back doesn't move. Up and down. 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 Up and down. Up and down. Up. Now remember those leg circles we did? We're doing them with the hip now. Round for 8. 6. 5. Abs are tight. 4. 3. 2. 1. You're going to reverse your circle for 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. All right, hold it there. Take your elbow that's further away from you, put it down. So the opposite elbow of the leg that we was working, right? We go back to that side lift. And down. Lift, take it out, bend it, lower down. So you're looking a little bit towards me. And down. Lift it, straighten it, bend it, and lower. Lift it, straighten it, bend it, and lower. Lift it, straighten it. Lift it and straighten it. Stay there. Straighten, bend. 7, bend. 6, bend. Knee stays in place. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend it, lower it down. Shift back toward that glute you just worked like crazy. Ooh, nice little stretch. All right. I'm going to turn slightly just so that I'm able to look over my other shoulder now. We're going to start with the other leg with the lift straight to the side. Here we go. We go 8 and down. 7. 4 and wait. The great thing is that first glute is working now. 3, keep going. 2, 1, lift it straight back now. Back and down. Up, down. 3, 4, 5, 7. You have 8 circles. Here we go. 8, 7. Now they're nice and slow so that you can check in with your shoulders. Check in with that low back. 4, 3, 2, and we're going the other way for 8. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 2, and 1. Oh, good times. Put that back elbow down. Turn a little bit to face me. I'm sorry, my face is a little bit in shadow here. Here we go. We're going to lift, kick to the side. Lift, reach, bend, and lower. Lift it, reach it, bend it, lower. Lift it, reach it, bend it for 3. Lift, reach, bend for 4. Lift, reach, bend for 5. Lift, reach, bend. 2 more. Lift. Woo! How's that back glute? Hold that leg up there. It's just going to straighten and bend for 8. Bend. 7. Core engage. 6. 5. 4. 3. You can do it. 2. And 1. Great job. Lower that glute back. Is that glute ready for a stretch or what? All right, I want you to sit. We're going to start with a nice, easy figure 4 stretch. So I'm going to do this seated. So staying here, arms slightly back. Cross 1 foot over, letting the knee open out. Now use your arms behind you to press your chest toward that leg. Good. You can let that knee sort of drop a little bit if you want to feel where that stretch deepens. Good. Now keeping that same leg crossed over, just straighten out the bottom leg. So this foot just falls to the floor, that's crossed. You're going to hold on to that knee with the opposite hand and then just give your body a nice rotation, deepening the stretch both here and the side and giving yourself a nice twist. Releasing, relaxing the shoulders, relax the neck. Good. Now we're going to deepen this a little bit more. Don't be afraid of it. You can do it. You're going to cross this knee down tighter over that bottom knee. And then you're going to sneak that foot back underneath you. Drop your feet to the floor and then try to keep your knees together and feel that nice release in that hip. Woo. Feels a little bit like your pretzel getting tightened, right? But really it's just going to open out those hips a little bit more. Try to relax into it, breathe. Good, now you can just uncross the legs, shake them out. While you switch legs to your other figure 4, I'm going to change your music to a little bit lighter music. We don't need to be going crazy right now. Right? All right. So cross the other foot over, knee over, or foot over the knee. So you're in a figure 4 on that other side now. Letting the knee drop slightly if you want to. Opening the chest out. Good. Now you're going to come up and we're just going to let that leg straighten out on the bottom. That foot falls to the floor. You're going to hold on to that knee with the opposite arm and then rotate the body the other way. Holding there and relaxing, letting your body enjoy that nice sensation of just twisting and kind of wringing out any bit of stagnant air that happens to be left in your lungs. Hopefully you were breathing heavy through at least parts of this, so cleared them all out. going to release that. And again, we're going to cross this knee tighter over the bottom knee now. And then we're going to sneak that bottom foot back. And then try to drop both feet to the floor. Keep those knees together if you can. And try to release into it here. Ooh, this is my tighter side, so my body is just talking to me a little bit right now. I'm going to just try to breathe and release into those spots. Take a nice inhale through the nose. On the exhale, try to release. One more inhale. And exhale, release it. Oh, who do we lose? Oh. And release those legs out. All right, take out the legs, sit in whatever position is comfortable for you again. Take that same nice cleansing breath. Inhale, reach the arms really wide. Let's do 3 times. Exhale. We'll add on a nice flex. Inhale. Let that right arm drop and just flex over. Inhale. Let that left arm drop and flex over. Inhale. This time, draw that energy all the way back into yourself. And that's your hour-long Pilates right into Barre Class today. Great job. Great job. It's a lot to get through. Woo. Unmute. Good job, girl.